Hi friends, welcome to your yoga practice today. I'm so delighted that you chose my channel and I appreciate you being part of this community. Let's take a bit of a core focus and stretch practice. Grab your mat and let's get going. Join me on the back for today's practice, hugging your knees in toward your body. And let's join together with an inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it out your mouth. Letting your belly soften at the end of the exhale. Set your intention for today as you arrive in your practice. What do you want to cultivate here? And letting everything else outside the moment fall away. Roll your head from side to side a couple of times. And let's open the arms out into a cactus shape, palms facing up. And bring your knees over to the right a few degrees. And then pull them back to center and over to the left. We're going to warm up the core in this way. Moving through that. So knees go to the right, maybe a little further, and then over to the left. And maybe it's just a small amount, maybe they're able to go almost all the way down. And we're using that connection of the belly pulling into the spine to initiate the movement. We'll do just a couple more. Breathing smoothly through the nose. And when you bring your knees back, extend your heels straight up toward the ceiling. Lightly interlace your hands behind your head, and we're going to scoop the elbows up and start to extend your right heel straight away as you draw your left thigh in. And we're going to switch. We're going to maintain this little bit of a sit-up crunch. So we're activating the rib cages in toward each other, and you're feeling the kind of upper core, but also as you move through that leg flow, you're drawing your belly toward the spine, keeping your lower back plugged down toward the floor. So we're getting deep into that lower belly. And we're breathing. This is a great everyday core flow to do, especially helpful for postpartum women like myself back in the day. My youngest baby is now 6, but when we're looking at strengthening the core, especially for women, zipping up from the inner thighs to the deep internal belly and pelvic floor is a great way to go. This is a good move for that. So we're going to keep going. Hopefully you're feeling some movement. Let's continue for 3, 2, 1. Both heels up, big toes touch, open your elbows, and flexing the feet. Now press your feet up. So it's like you're trying to stamp your feet on the ceiling, and you're lifting your tailbone toward your heels when you do that. So you might get a little lift of the lower back off the ground, but you're using your lower core to initiate that, to create that lift. And breathe through the nose. So we're continuing just to wake up that belly. And then when you lower your back, bend your knees, toe tap, and then flex the heels and curl up. And we're going to bend the knees, toe tap, flex the feet, and curl elbows toward the knees. Toe tap. It's inhale when you tap. It's exhale when you curl up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, curl up. Keep going. Inhale, tap. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, curl. Inhale, tap. Exhale, flex and curl. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. 2 more. And exhale. Last one. And exhale, hold. And come into happy baby, reaching for the outside of your ankles or shins. We're going to rock, massage out your back for a moment, and loosen up those inner thigh groins. And then we're coming into these happy baby sit-ups. So keep your legs the same shape as happy baby. Interlace your hands behind your head. You can try interlacing the non-habitual finger on top. Inhale, elbows open. Exhale, elbows to shins, curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. And then inhale, we're going to open, heels away from each other, legs to a V. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, press the heels away. Exhale, curl. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale And exhale, inhale, exhale, release. Take your hands again toward the outer feet, ankles or shins for happy baby. Rock and massage out your back. Nice. Then cross either ankle on top and we'll rock right up into a sit. Finding that tall upright seat, let's sweep the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, roll over the knees and come into your tabletop position. So you're going to find your way on all fours. Fan your fingers wide. Extend your right toe straight back, point it toward the back wall. And then open and stack your right hip on top of the left. Flex that foot and take your right hand onto your hip and then just pulsate a little bit. The top of the left foot is flat. And then we're doing that pulsation. You can look toward the front of your mat. Fan those left fingers wide and not a lot of pressure in that left hand, really using the core. We're going to continue that pulsation for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now roll that right hip down and let's hoist that right foot toward the outside edge of the mat. So we're coming into a lizard lunge with both hands on the inside of your right inner heel. And we'll stay up on the hands for that lunge, letting the top of the left foot drape. And your outside edge of your right foot could be aligned with the outside edge of your mat. And your right arm is on the inside of that right inner knee. And look down at the thumbs. Breathe for a couple moments. And then let's tuck the left toes and lift that left thigh and slide that right leg right back into plank pose. Lift the belly and hold. And then take a few what I call jump rope pelvis. You let the hips drop and then you swirl them kind of in a circle so they drop, and then you lift to the right, down, to the left, lift. You create those circles. 3, 2, 1, lift, and we'll press back to downward dog. Stretch the lower back high, and then make your way to plank. Bring your knees down into tabletop. Let's point the left toes toward the back wall. Really lift that left toe. So you're engaging that outer left butt muscle. Then your right hand can come a little forward. You're going to open and stack that left hip. And then left hand is on the hip. Or sometimes if you want to get some more core awareness, flex that left foot. You could take your hand right on the lower belly and kind of press it in. And then we're going to pulsate in that way. Keep your face nice and relaxed. Try to access this kind of piriformis area, the side of your butt. And of course, keep that core nice and tight. Not in like a super clenched way, but aware, toned. 3, 2, 1. Roll that left hip down. Palms are under the shoulders. We're going to slide that left foot and come into lizard lunge. So the left foot's coming toward the outside edge of your mat, and then hands are under the shoulders, right foot is flat. And we're going to hang out there for a second with soft elbows. And we're breathing, and we're letting those inner thighs move apart. Very good. And tuck your right toes, lift that right thigh, step right back to plank, and let's lower down chaturanga and come onto your belly. Take your feet flat and sweep your arms around, coming into locust. Stretch your toes toward the back wall. Reach your fingertips back as well. Spread your chest ahead. And we're going to inhale, lift any amount more, expand your belly. Exhale, palms under elbows. Press back into a child's pose with knees really wide. Big toes touch, hips to heels, and feel that length. And exhale out your mouth. Anything you want to release, any of those feelings that kind of nag you or stress that is not serving you, let it melt away off your back. Let's press lightly through the tops of the feet, and when you're ready, stand up on your knees and reach your hands back behind, interlace your fingers, track your knuckles down, lift your heart. Big full inhale. Exhale, draw your belly in, cross your ankles. Let's sit back behind the heels and then slide the heels open to about mat width distance apart and reach for your toes. Take a little stretch. If you can't get the toes, take your ankles or shins, wherever you're able to fold. Breathing there. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, fold. Take a moment to tune into your internal voice. Lean into self-compassion, joy, or just a sense of contentment and ease with whatever is. Let's drop the tail. We'll come on up. We're going to scooch ourselves toward the top of the mat. And then take your fingertips back behind you. Point your toes and flex. Point and flex. And then wag the toes side to side. And then wag both toes to the right. Pick up that left hip right on top. So you stack that left hip over on top of the right and then reach the left fingertips toward the wall behind you. Take a big inhale. Exhale, plop that left hip down. Let's do the other side. We're going to drag that right hip up and over. Reach the right fingertips up. Away from your right heel. Inhale. Exhale, drop that right hip down. Then reach forward, 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 and inhale up. Exhale, belly in. Come all the way down. Let's relax on the back. Let's slowly glide that right knee open. Bring your right foot on the ground. Glide that left knee open. Bring your left foot on the ground. Tuck your shoulders underneath. Palms facing up. Press through your feet. Lift up your hips and squeeze. We're going to engage the glutes in that bridge and then lower down slow. Then inhale, lift up, squeeze. Exhale, lower down. Keep your knees aligned with your hips on the inhale, lift up, squeeze. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up, squeeze. Exhale, release down. One more time. Inhale, lift up, root through the feet. Let's stay for an extra breath or two. Spreading the toes and pressing the feet away from the shoulder blades. We're inhaling and we're exhaling to melt down slowly until the lower back rests and the tailbone rests. And we'll hug both knees in. Actually, let's go ahead and hug that right knee in and just give it a little squeeze on its own. And release and hug that left knee in. Give it a little squeeze on its own. And then release. And then kick both feet up toward the ceiling. Rotate your toes around. Rotating your ankles. And then shake your legs. Cleansing out that lymph system. And then a few taps with your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide the heels out and let's release into Shavasana for today. Letting go. So how does letting go feel in your physical body? Letting go of effort. Letting go of too much muscular focus, or letting go of any expectations about how your body should look or be. And relax into the flow of all things. Relax into the here and now and all that is now. And come back to your breath if you need a guidepost to return to, if your mind wanders too far off. Let the eyes relax. Tuning into a sense of compassion in your heart for exactly where you're at today. And we'll start to wiggle fingers and toes, waking up sensation in your body. Let's take the hands on the belly and find a gratitude practice for anything at all you have to be grateful for today. Let that energy uplift the cells of your body and your vibration. And eventually reaching the arms overhead, find a reset. Big full inhale. Exhale, hug the knees in. And when you're ready, roll onto either side and make your way up to sit. Coming back up into your cross-legged seat or any comfortable seat, bring your hands together at heart center, taking a moment to close your eyes, feel the base of the seat connect to the ground. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat today, and I wish you joy, peace, health, strength, courage, and trust on the journey. Namaste. Please do have a wonderful rest of the day, whatever you're doing, and I always love to read the comments and reply to all of the nice, respectful comments that you leave here. And your presence here is meaningful and appreciated. Take a moment to like, share, subscribe. You can hit the super thanks button to leave a tip and support my channel. All of those things are very appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Keep going. Bye.